After the Eagles rushed for over 350 yards on this Packers defense, I thought it'd be no better than to dive in and really break down this film play by play to see how they attacked this Packers defense and what they really threw at them. Starting off here, we see just a traditional tackle dart play, meaning the tackle is going to wrap here for the front side backer. Nothing too special or fancy here. We just see some really good blocks here by the tackle here, keeping Preston Smith walled outside. Guard does a nice job here down blocking on Kenny Clark. Fits up pretty nice here, and Miles Sanders does the rest here, falling forward for a nice 7-yard gain. Nothing too fancy, but now we're getting here into this orbit motion with split zone and how it affects some of these young defensive players the Packers have. So just keep an eye on here. Number 7, this backer right here. Watch how he responds to this orbit motion. He flies outside of the box. Like I said, we're just running traditional split zone inside the box here. So we're going to be pushing here. He's going to be doing the split action to kick out the D end here. He's going to be pushing out here to the front side backer. He's going to be pushing out. They're going to probably be doubling that up. He'll be pushing up to number 7, and they're fitted up. They're fitted up here perfect 6 for 6 in the box. But like I said, we're going to have this orbit motion come around here through the back, and it's going to send number 7 here flying outside of the box, which is going to give these guys a huge numbers advantage because they're going to go 6 for 5 defenders, and that's exactly what's going to start causing issues here for this Packers defense. So as I let the play roll, we see that orbit motion come. Number 7 sees it. He's flying out for the possibility of the reverse. Get a good double team, and the tackle goes chasing out to it. It really doesn't have to. Jason Kelsey here, the center, does a nice job climbing here to Chris Barnes. Falls off, but even when he falls off on the second level, Miles Sanders is able to fall forward for another, 6-7 yard gain. Really good back-to-back play usage there. Got a little quick game here. Looks like stick. Little arrow hitch here. Jalen Hurts settles in, makes a nice throw here, gets a good 5-yard gain. Just easy, simple, quick game for him, making it easy. 2nd and 4 here. We're back in 11 personnel. We got the tight end off the ball, and we're getting right back into the split zone with the orbit motion. It looks like the Packers are a little bit more disciplined here. Number 7 stays in the box, not overreacting to the orbit motion. Let's jump here to the tight shot. Gives us a better look. So once again, like I said, it's just typical inside zone blocking rules. So he's going to zone out. They're going to go here. They're going to push here. He's going to actually push up. They're probably going to ID that. So now the Packers are bringing the safety down to the box here, which is going to cause issues for the run fit here, because if they do ID the safety, you see that Packers are going to have a free man here. So before Quay Walker flew outside of the box of the orbit motion, but we're going to see it be a little bit different here. We're going to see it most likely stay in the box, I believe. And let's see who the center ID. Yep, they're IDing to the safety. Left tackle here ends up picking up number 7 just because he crosses his path through that zone, but it leaves 51 here for the split action. Safety flows with the orbit motion. We got this outside corner. Looks like they might be playing a form of man coverage. He's following the orbit motion. Gives an opening here to the edge. Bounces it. Number 47 does a nice job to shed off the tackle here to not give up the edge. That's just a really good play by the defense there. It's not a bad idea by Miles Sanders. It's just not a great run look. You got 7 defenders for only 6 blockers in the box. Miles Sanders does what he can. If he was able to get the edge here, I see what he was thinking. Now it puts them in a 3rd and 6. It's definitely 3rd and manageable. Expect a drop back game here. QB draw. Okay, here's another really good aspect of this Eagles running game that I love to see. It's when they get Jalen Hurts going in the run game. So like I said, this is a simple QB draw. It's actually an RPO if you really look at it. So they're going to send Kenneth Gainwell here on the swing motion. They're going to block 2 for 2 on the perimeter. We see in the box that we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders for only 5 blockers. They're outnumbered in the box, but by sending this guy in a swing motion, it's going to draw one of these backers out to the flats. Now we remove 1 defender from the box. We got 5 for 5 blockers for defenders in the box. We have even numbers in the box instead of the perimeter, which is going to cue Jalen Hurts to keep this ball here just on a traditional QB draw, QB inside zone. Let's just see what the blocking scheme is. Yeah, it's just QB draw. He's going to settle. You see them, they're 5 for 5. That backer sprints, vacates the box to go cover the running back. Now we got 5 for 5 in the box, even numbers, and you get Jalen Hurts outside in the run game, and he's able to do some special things when you get him outside the box. It's all the way down there to what, the 7-yard line. It's a really good productive run there for a 3rd and 6, picking up a huge first down. Now it's 1st and goal on the 6-yard line. You got the stack formation here. You got 11 personnel once again. It looks like a vertical zone. They're getting outside of that split zone. Now it's just mano-a-mano. They're saying their blockers are better than the Packers here. So let's take a look here on see what they run here. So yeah, it looks like just this vertical zone, just trying to get double teams across the board. So to me, when I see this vertical zone, he's gonna be man on man outside. They're gonna combo this to 7, combo this to 51. It should be. He's gonna cut off the C gap defender here. We're gonna leave that safety off the edge because really the running back's gonna come and it should be A gap, really A gap to A gap. You should keep this inside. And really, they're going to try to just move this first level off the line of scrimmage and see what they can have happen. So with that in mind, let's see, like I said, let's see how these double teams pan out here. So let's run this in slow motion. We see good action here. Look at that. Shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. It's hard when you got 2 guys pushing on you like that. And you see it here. Number 93 tries to split it. He just can't. Number 94, he's falling off to the backside here. Not a great double team. We're not locked hip to hip, but gets just enough here. Like I said, the right tackle, Lane Johnson's so special. We climb up to Chris Barnes, and we see this hole forming right here, but because this double team lacked, he has to almost crease this off the backside of the tight end here, running himself right into the safety. It's tough here. We would like to see a little bit more out of this double team, but we didn't. It's okay, though. We're able to fall forward, get a nice 3-4 yard gain, getting it down to the 2-yard line. Really, you look here, on these vertical zone plays, you want to see the offensive line win the heel line. We see that stalemate right there by Lane Johnson, not getting that double team on that D tackle is what really forced us to bend back to the backside of that unblocked safety. We wanted to keep this A to A, but when that double team wants to vacate too early to the second level, it can create some issues for us. But it's still not a bad gain here on first down. 1st and goal, it's always productive, picking up nice 3-4 yards or what on the 4-yard line now. And it looks like it's the exact same play. Now we see, like I said, last play we said we want to win the heel line. We want to get our guys played on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what happens. We started here, on the 4-yard line? Let's see here, by the time the back gets to the line of scrimmage, we got the right tackle here on the 3-yard line, the center's on the 2-yard line. We got everybody at least a yard past the line of scrimmage, and that makes up for a really good play, and that's exactly what happens here. Flip to the tight shot. Once again, like I said, we're going to be seeing this vertical zone once again, so he's going to be money or man-on block there. You go double there, double up to 51. He's going to cut off the C-gap, and we're going to hang the safety again off the edge because we're just trying to run inside here. We see we have this open A-gap. If we can get this cut off and going vertical, get a wall there, get this cut off and going vertical up through there, there should be an opening right here in this backside A-gap. So with that in mind, let's see how this pans out. Keep an eye here, this double team. Look at this. Throwing that shoulder back, throwing the flipper, throwing the shoulder to elevate that tackle, making sure it's secured before he goes off to the second level. What a job. Lane Johnson here, the right tackle, finishing, moving his feet, pushing him off the ball. We see it right there. That wall start to get built. We're 2 yards past the line of scrimmage here. It's a good sign. And on the front side, it's even better yet. Once again, these two, Jason Kelsey, one of the best in the business. They're shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, blowing that number 93 off the ball. He's, down there to the 2-yard line? Really good job building that wall here, walling this off. Now he climbs to 51, and it's there. This is all about physicality, out-physicality in that defensive front, moving them off the ball. It's impressive there. Once again, just winning the battle of the heel line, and no doubt about it, Eagles won it there, down there on the goal line. So here we go. This is very similar to the QB draw RPO we saw before. So once again, we'll have this back go out on a swing motion, and we're going to be running inside zone in the box. Instead of running it with the quarterback, we're running it with the running back. All the quarterback's going to do is read the unblocked defender in the box. If he flies out to the swing, he's going to hand the ball off. If he stays in the box, he's going to throw out the swing, and we got 2 for 2 on the perimeter. We have the numbers advantage. So with that in mind, let's see what happens. How does this backer respond to the motion? You got the swing motion here. The backer expands outside of the box. Now we are going 5 for 5 in the box, but we see what the Packers do something interesting here. As soon as they get that swing motion, it triggers the safety to roll into the box to even the numbers back out. So that's a really good adjustment by the Packers defense here to give themselves an advantage on the run play. And with that, it allows number 7 to stay unblocked to make the play. So like I said, inside, all this is going to be is an inside zone. He's gonna zone out to him. He's going to zone out to him. They're initially Mike IDing number 7 here, and you see that 51 is going to fly out of the box with this swing motion. So we're going 6 for 6 here, or excuse me, we're going 5 for 5 in the box. It looks like it's another very favorable run situation for the Eagles, but keep an eye on number 31 here. So watch what happens. 51 vacates the box, and as soon as he vacates, 31 triggers on the run. He knows he's got to fit into the box. Now it's going to screw up the center's Mike ID. He has to bump out here to 31. It leaves number 7 open to slip through and make the tackle. That probably saved a pretty explosive play from happening for Miles Sanders here. But once again, like I said, if we go back to the wide shot here, winning the battle of the heel line, the physical aspect of this game, I mean, that's a yard past the line of scrimmage, Running back gets to the line of scrimmage, and his offensive line is 2 yards downfield already blocking their tail off for him. I mean, even though the Packers got that extra free run fitter in the box, it's hard to do anything when you have your offensive line, or you have your defensive line getting blown back into the lap of these free defenders. So even when the Packers have this defensive scheme working well for them and getting a favorable look, sometimes when you got better dudes on the other side of the line of scrimmage, it's harder to defend that. Let's see here. We got 11 personnel. One of my personal favorite concepts, a QB bash. Let's flip it to the tight shot here. Gives a much better look at it. We got 11 personnel. So QB bash is back away from the run. So we're going to have this action here, this sweep action here from the running back. We're going to pull. He's going to kick out the end man on the line of scrimmage. He's going to pull and should wrap through for most likely 31. He should back block. He's going to come down. He's going to come down, and he should track down to number 7 typically, and then they'll just read number 55. If he crashes down the line of scrimmage, we're going to hand it here to Miles Sanders. If he comes upfield to play the sweep, quarterback's going to keep it, follow his pullers. I know it's a lot of lines on the screen, but once I let this play roll through here, we're really going to see how this is looking. So instead, it looks like the tight end wasn't able to get a free, 91 squeezes down, so the tight end isn't able to free release to number 7. So instead, he's going to gather number 91 and start blocking him. And we see right away, 55, he freezes here. He's playing the jet sweep, trying to take away the jet sweep. Number 7 sees the jet sweep action, completely off trail. And if you cut this down the hash here, you got 1, 2, 3 blockers for one defender and the safety that's way outside of the box. That's for some reason bailing. We can see right here. Watch the safety right here. He's gonna expand. He's not attacking the run. Doesn't want to take on the pullers. Gives up the edge. Somehow widens to try to keep contained and still loses it. Allows Jalen Hurts to get down the sideline. So, like I said, QB bash is a really good way to manipulate the defense. Number 7 here, he's keying the back. He sees the back go away, and now he's frozen. He sees 2 pullers coming here to the left. He sees the back going to the right. He doesn't know what to do. He chases after the back. He gets lost in space, and once again, this is just the benefit of QB bash here. GT counter. You got 3 blockers, like I said, for 2 defenders here on the front side, and Jalen Hurts is a good athlete. He does the rest, picks up a really nice first down. Really good play call there, really good scheme. QB bash is one of my personal favorite plays that we can see it be ran. So we got, looks like a little tackle trap play here. This is creative. You don't really see this a lot in the NFL. Let's see. Yeah, this is tackle trap. That's some really good stuff here. This is really interesting. You don't see this a lot on Sundays. A lot of teams like to say they have run game and then they just run inside zone, outside zone, but this is unique here. So if you're not familiar with tackle trap, what we're going to get here is he's going to step out, go up, he's going to loop around. It's going to be, they're in trap 91. He's going to do the same. He's going to step in. He should release almost here. He's going to be solo on him, and I don't know for sure, but it looks like this could be a read key as well for Jalen Hurts. So if he crashes down the line of scrimmage, we see that read option they run all the time. He has the ability to keep that on the perimeter. He's going to loop around. He's going to kick out this unblocked lineman, and this is going to be basically should be creasing right up here. So with that in mind, let's see how this works out. This looks like trap option here. Let's see. Jalen Hurts is reading 55. 55 has square hips, doesn't crash on the line of scrimmage, hands the ball off here. Lane Johnson does a nice job kicking that out. We just need more here by our center. Our center steps here with his right foot. Probably should be stepping with his left foot. Don't really know for sure what they're being taught in the meeting room. Maybe we should see honestly, the guard probably should come down here. They should double team this up to number 7 almost. The guard doesn't bother to check 97, allows 97 to get off. But even when your offensive line can make a mistake, when you got a back like Miles Sanders slipping that's a nose tackle. He's getting paid a decent chunk of change, $15-20 million a year, 97 is. He's a really solid player. But he slips right off of Miles Sanders, and there we go again. Miles Sanders breaks another tackle, and he's into the end zone. That's a really impressive run by the back there. Let's just rewind that and watch that at full speed here. Gets a good trap, gets a good kick out. 90 was not ready for it. 97 slips off. Quay Walker, number 7, can't make the tackle. We're into the end zone for a touchdown. That's not even the play call. That's just having a playmaker in the backfield at running back. And no doubt about it. That's a very impressive play there by Miles Sanders. Here we go again. It looks like this tackle wrap, tackle dart, some people like to call it. So we saw this earlier. This is the first play. Nothing special. Tight end's going to block out. He's going to block out. They should almost double team this back to 51. 51. He's going to wrap through for 7. He's going to block out. So this is the versatility you get when you have tackles as athletic as Lane Johnson. He pulls around. Get a really good down block here once again by the guard. Seals off 93. Left tackle here does a good job walling this off. And look at this hole that's forming. One-on-one in the hole. That's a lot of weight bearing down on number 7 there. Can't make the play. The guard does a nice job finishing the block here. Hopefully they don't nab him for holding on this. Don't want to do that. There. That's a good play. Finishes his block, throws him to the ground. And 55 makes a really good play here, shedding off the tight end, coming all the way back to the front side to make the tackle. But that's another 7-yard gain on first down. You can't complain about that. Here we go again. We got inside zone. It looks like it's zone read. This is the traditional zone read play. So let's flip it here to the tight shot. So let's just talk about this real quick. The zone read, we've seen it year after year. Everybody knows what's coming here. He's the read man. He's going to zone up to him. They're going to combo that to him. They're going to go here, here. They're going to combo up to most likely 23. The Packers are completely outnumbered in the box here. It's not a favorable look. Or actually, excuse me. Missed number 7 here. They should be pushing to number 7. Actually, this is actually an interesting look by the defense. So let's see how the offensive line responds to this. So here we go. The center's going to be pushing for number 7. The tackle's zoning up to 51. Does a nice job. 55 here. So first off, let's just look at the zone read. 55 crashes down the line of scrimmage. Jalen Hurts probably could have pulled this. Doesn't pull it. He tracks the back down really well and makes the tackle. It's a really good play by 55. It's a couple of really solid plays we've seen so far by these Packers edge defenders. Tracks him down, makes the tackle in the backfield. So in this instance, like I said, it's just inside zone here, inside the box. Tight end's releasing for the corner. He's gonna be man on man outside of the DN. They're zone comboing up to number 7. Tackle's just releasing up to 51, and you can see the Packers are gap exchanging. So they're gonna squeeze and the back roll scrape over the top here. Jalen Hurts probably should have pulled this. He didn't. Still 2-3 yard gain. Puts it at 3rd and 1. Very manageable for the offense here. We get under center, and this might be where we get the QB sneak. So here we go. QB sneak. They're not in heavy personnel. They're just running traditional QB sneak. They're all going to step down, and they're all just going to try to get this going vertical here to allow Jalen Hurts just to sneak this right up the middle. Keep an eye on number 55 here. He probably makes the play once again. A really solid play by 55. Let's watch this here. He's going to come screaming off the edge. He comes screaming down. He grabs Jalen Hurts and he pulls him back. Prevents him from getting the first down. Big play there by 55. Once again, we see it. They come back up, line it up again. That's just, talk about physicality. That's not really physicality. This is where they fumbled the snap, a little bit of errant ball handling issues. And we saw later on in the game, they were able to sneak this ball all night long on 3rd and 4th and 1. So it was a little bit of hiccup, or it was a little bit of a hiccup early in the game. So we get the ball back again. 14-13, we're down. A little demoralizing there on back-to-back QB sneaks. We get the ball back again and don't want to do anything fancy. We just want to get something going here for us. So we're going to call that zone read with that orbit motion again, or the split zone. So we got the split flow by the tight end here coming across for the kick out. We're running inside zone inside, and this just gets clustered up, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. So traditionally, with this split zone, we should push out here. We should zone combo this up to this. He's here. He's tracking through for number 7, typically. And then like I said, we have the split flow action here. We have the orbit motion coming across. So we got the numbers in the box here, but it looks like, yeah, it just looks like the left guard here needs to keep his eyes up because he's got to come off to this. He's got to come off, but he doesn't. Excuse me on that. He doesn't, and we see what happens here. Nobody comes off, and number 51 is able to fit freely in the gap. Miles Sanders is forced to bounce this wide, and it's just not a good look. We got to get off to the second level there. We don't. Miles Sanders tries to make something happen with the backer in his face. Hard to do so. 2nd 11, taking a 1-yard loss on that. That's not really that bad with how good we've been running the ball all game. Getting this 2-by-2 spread look here. Throwing a little bit of quick game again. Throws that in-cutting route to A.J. Brown. Makes some people miss. Pick up a big first down. It's not bad. It's a solid completion, moving the chains. But we're not here to look at the passing game. We're here to look at the running game. So we got play action off the split zone. We've been showing the split zone nonstop. So we get this play action, and not a lot of people actually bite on this. They're still in this. It looks like they're dropping like a too high look. We get a deep ball, but he checks it down. Packers don't really bite on the run. That's really good by the Packers defense. Sitting back here in coverage, taking away everything. 2nd and 6. Here we go. Another, what does this look like? It looks like vertical zone once again. So instead of running split zone, this is very similar to split zone. So typically, like I said, we saw it all night long. Split zone, they would have their tight end over here, and they would send him across to kick out the D end. Instead of doing that, now they're just lining up this tight end to the backside, and he's just going to zone out to him. Just another way to dress up your inside zone, your split zone packages. So here we go. Zone out, zone combo up to 7, zone combo up to 51. He's not in the box of safety here, so Packers not doing themselves much favor. They've been getting gashed in the run game all game long, and they're still banking that their 6 guys will beat the Eagles' 6 guys, and let's just see how that works for them. So here we go. We got those vertical double teams working. Got to get that cut off. We got it as the right tackle here. We really want to see the head placement probably fight to get to the inside shoulder here, because if we get this cut off, we're going to see a nice crease form. And we're climbing here. If this could get cut off here, and then he's gonna pick up 51. The crease is there for us. It's just that tackle. Now, don't get me wrong. Lane Johnson's a phenomenal tackle. It's nice and thought. It's still a nice 5-yard gain here. Left guard needs to finish on 51. Comes off. Just got to get a little bit of a head placement down there. But what was that? It was a 8-yard run, 6-yard run. That's a really good run here to make it 3rd and 2, 3rd and basically a gimme play here. Oh, play action. Draws up the Packers. And here we go. Biggest issue is they're bringing these edge rushers are going so hard up the field, we're losing contain because you got nobody filling out. So like I said, Preston Smith rushes hard upfield. Number 90 jumps back inside here. He's outside. You can see the crease forming. They're playing, it looks like some type of maybe man coverage on the outside. I mean, if Quay Walker here, number 7, is a QB spy, I wonder where his eyes are at. Looks like he could be keying the back. Yeah, there's no QB spy here. This is just, looks like straight up man coverage with no spy. And there we go. We get Jalen Hurts outside of the pocket, running down the sideline to the 4-yard line. Wow, that's not scheme. That's just a defense playing a poor scheme there. See that nice little scramble play. Let's get back to these design run plays though. Here we go down on the goal line. Let's watch the heel line. Oh, we kind of get pushed in a little bit here. On right tackle here is getting pushed in. Tight end doesn't get a lot of vertical movement, gets washed down, but it doesn't matter though, because at the end of the day, looks like we're running zone read. I don't know why we're pulling it here. Heel line, we didn't win the heel line. Zone read, it looks like pre-snap here, we got 55 outside, the outside shoulder of the tight end, so he's probably thinking end man line of the scrimmage. He's probably thinking that's his read man, but we're going to see here, it's not going to work out well. They're going to go here up to 7, go there, and he's going to zone up to 31. That's probably initially what Jalen Hurts is expecting pre-snap, but we see quickly number 55 is going to jump inside here. He jumps inside, crashes hard. The tight end does not do a good job to cut that off, to get that going vertical. He decides to wash it down, and by washing that down, we see it clogs everything up here. Washes him down inside, completely blows up the entire play. It's not the tackle's fault here, it's the tight end's fault. He gets beat across his face, allowing penetration, and blows everything up inside. But Jalen Hurts decides to pull it and keep it because he sees 55 crashing inside. Jalen Hurts is going to pull this, but little does he know, they have the safety here playing contain for him. So a little bit of a misread here by Jalen Hurts. Rarely happens, but, you can't be perfect. Gets out on the perimeter, tries to make a miss, still picks up a good yard there. So good play by the safety. You're wrapped up the first quarter there, but let's finish up this drive here before I cut this off. So really tight, condensed formation. Once again, though, they're in this, I was going to say they're in 11 personnel, but I'm wrong. We're in a jumbo personnel. We got an extra offensive lineman on the field, and it looks like we're just running traditional duo here. Looks like it'd be duo, inside zone, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, it's very similar. So let's just, down here on the goal line, let's watch the heel line. I mean, we're starting what, on the 2-yard line, 3-yard line maybe? It looks like 2.5, 3. See where we end up at. I mean, we're on the 1-yard line. Miles Sanders puts his head down, pushes the pile. Let's flip it to the tight shot. We won the heel line by a whole yard there, again on the goal line. So here we go. We're all just zoning this to the right. I mean, we got the extra offensive lineman getting beat across his face. When you hate to see that, but it happens. And this is just, there's not much to this, but let's draw this up. And be attacking this out here, out there, out there. And you see how this is fitting up really nice inside the box. They're hat for hat. They got blockers for blockers here. And he's going to cut off this end man. All he's going to do is run this. Really going to try to keep this A-gap to A-gap. See what happens. So we see it. They're hatted up. They're leaving the corner off the edge. They're leaving the safety. Really, because they're banking that this will hit inside before they can scream all the way down the line of scrimmage. So let's see what happens here. Corner comes screaming down the line of scrimmage. But Miles Sanders keeps it inside here. And Jalen Hurts fakes the ability to keep it. It also holds those guys outside. But here we go. Mano a mano. Who wins the line of scrimmage? And as you can see, let's just roll from the start. Let's play it at full speed here. Look at that. That is just physicality at its finest. That's winning football. Pushes the pile into the end zone. What a play by the offense there. And look at that. My storage space is running out, giving me the cue to cut it off here. That's going to wrap up part 1. I'll come back with part 2 for quarter 2, part 3 for quarter 4, part 4 for quarter 4 later on throughout this week. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below, though. What is your guys' favorite run scheme you've seen so far by this Eagles team? Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.